everyone, welcome to today's video. Today we are going to be doing our January makeup basket. So the first one of the new year, I'm going to be swapping out quite a bit of products and I'm really excited about it to kind of get a fresh new start to the new year. And what I'm going to do, if you've never seen one of my makeup baskets before, is I'm going to show you everything I had in for the month of December, and then I'm going to swap those products out with the new products for this month of January, and then I'll talk about the products. I'll give you some swatches. Now, I wanted to mention one thing before we get started. So I have a different setup right now, so I'm currently looking at a monitor because I want to be able to see if I'm focused and also if you can actually see the swatches as I'm doing it. So if it looks a little different, then that's why. And if it's not the best, then I apologize and I'll make sure that it's definitely improved for next month. But I'm just trying to figure out how to do this better. So let's just get started because I don't want to talk for 20 hours. And this is actually the third time I filmed this. So yeah, we've been talking about this stuff for a long time, but you haven't been here for it. So on the left hand side here, I keep all of my eye products for the most part. So I usually don't swap these out too much because I don't like to have too many eye products open at the same time because I know they're going to dry out, and I also don't want to waste money and waste products. So I usually just switch things out as I need it. So you might notice that there is different products in because if I used up the product I had in last time, then I swapped it. So I have in the L'Oreal Voluminous Carbon Black Mascara. I have really been enjoying this mascara. This is actually the first time that I've ever tried it. So it has a really nice wand on it and it gives my lashes really nice length and separation and volume. So I've been really pleased with this and will definitely purchase it again in the future. For the most part, like I said, these things kind of just stay the same. This thing is still going strong. This e.l.f. Sheer Eyelid Primer, $2. I talked so much trash on this poor thing when I first opened it, but I took the stopper out of it and it's like a totally different product. So it does a really good job of covering up my old lady eyelids, and I've really been liking this. And I can't believe it's still going after pulling the stopper out like a few months ago. So I'm really happy with this. I used up my Lumify drops. I always keep them, or some kind of eye drops in here, and I've been using this one and I don't like it because my eyes literally feel like they're on fire. So don't get these if you need eye drops. And the other stuff is just basic eyeliners and stuff like that. Kevin Kwan, a Tarte Maneater one. Those are going to stay the same. Lip products are going to be last. I'm going to take those out, and then I keep all of my base products here for the most part. So I have in here a little travel size Supergoop sunscreen that I use just in case, or I have it in there in case I forget the one that I use in my morning skincare routine. I have in the Maybelline Master Prime primer because this one was more of a lotion based primer. And for the winter time, that's what I definitely need because of my dry skin. I had in here a little color corrector. This just stays in here and I use it every now and then to hide some redness around my nose, but for the most part it just kind of lives in here and looks at me every day. Then I have in my Becca Aqualuminous Perfecting Foundation in the shade Fair. This is too dark for me by itself, and I also have the Mary Kay Matte Foundation in Ivory 5, and this is too light for me by itself. So the two of these together make the perfect combination. So this is actually almost done. So I am going to be pulling in a new foundation. So I have one ready to go. Oops, I forgot about that. This is the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. I have it in the shade Fair Rose. It is way too light for me. And like I said before, I normally don't like to put too many open too many products like this, but I am going to actually swap this one out this month because I'm kind of getting bored with it, and I am making really good progress. You can see some windows there, but I really want to play with something else. This is a little e.l.f. loose powder, banana brightening powder for your under eyes. I've been using throughout the last month or two, and I just use it with this little Bare Minerals brush, and it works really well. So that's going to stay in, and this is something I've had forever, and it's like probably to here. So on days where I want something on my face without having to do like foundation and stuff, I usually just put this on and call it a day. And then I have a couple products down here that just didn't fit up top. So of course you're going to see this Moonshine Primer because I just did a video on this and a full review with all my primers and this one, testing it out. I love this primer, and not just because they sent it to me, but because it's like perfect for my dry skin, and it's just the best thing ever since sliced bread, in my opinion. So, and I do have a code with them, so I will leave that down below, and I just love this so much. So that's definitely going to stay in. And then I had in here, I had to change out my powder because I did use the one I had up last month. And this is the Maybelline Fit Me Powder in 110 Porcelain. This is a little light for me, but I'm trying to make it work because I did buy it and I want to use it. So far I like it by itself, but it's just a little light for me. And then I think that's pretty much it for that stuff. So now I'm going to show you everything that was down here on the bottom. And normally what I do is pull two palettes to mainly focus on. I like doing that because I like to rotate everything to make sure I'm getting a good use out of all my products, but then you really get a feel for like what kind of formulas you like, what kind of brands, like you just basically get to feel out the product by doing that. So I had in my Dose of Colors Friendcation eyeshadow palette, and this thing is stunning. If you can get your hands on this, I would definitely recommend to. I don't know if they still have it anywhere, but it's so beautiful. This shade right here in the middle was pretty much every single day in the crease, and it just works really well. I suck at blending eyeshadows, and you can tell usually by my videos, but I'm trying. I get better at it as I go along. But these were really forgiving for me, even the darker shades here, because they blend out really nicely, and they're like a little, not like powdery, but they are not like super buttery either. So they blended out really nicely for me. The shimmers, of course, are stunning and look gorgeous. I tried them both with the brush, but it applies much better with the finger. So I'll give you a couple swatches of these because like I just loved this so very much. So I actually have the green on my eyelids today. You might see that in a video. But yeah, this is so stinking pretty. And we're going to try to get the camera to work with us today, but I can't make any promises, so we're just going to see how things go. All right, so that's the green. And then this dark blue, I actually did this a couple times, and it didn't look, I looked a little crazy with it because I'm not really big with like dark colors, but it's a little patchy. I noticed a little bit, and you can see that kind of with the swatch too, but it has like such a pretty like bluish glitter to it. And then this pink I used a lot as well, and this one I really enjoyed a lot. I mean, that's one swipe, and that one does feel like a little buttery when you put that on. But yeah, these are super pretty, and I definitely love these so much. Yeah, can you guys see that? It's so pretty. So yeah, that is the Dose of Colors Friendcation palette. Next up, I had in the Becca, this is the Pearl Glow Shimmering Eye Palette. This is beautiful. Again, I am like a huge fan of Becca eyeshadows. I love the formula. So this is definitely something that got a lot of use this past month. And it's probably hard to tell, but these are going to take forever to go through because they're raised and they're also like baked in there. So, or at least I think they are, but they are stunning and gorgeous. And I love the black and actually the dark brown too for liner. And they worked really well for that because it just makes it look like a lot softer and not as harsh on the eyes, at least for me. And this color right here, I don't know if you'll be able to see it. I'll kind of like see if I can get it to show up. It has the prettiest pink and purple like glitters in it that just give off the prettiest look on your eyes when you're wearing it. And I told one of my coworkers that I'm coming into work tomorrow with this just everywhere, all over my eyes, because I don't care if I look crazy. I just want to glitter and shine for one day with pink sparkle. So, I mean, this does it no justice whatsoever, but it's so beautiful. And then this color here, it's just kind of like a basic, like coppery, not even so much coppery, but just like a bland gold color, but all over the lid. That one looks so pretty too. So I definitely got some good use out of this, but I am going to put that back, of course, because I want to play with other palettes in my collection. Okay, moving on, my face palette I had in was the Becca, Chloe, and Malika face palette from Becca again. And I love this thing. This is the lighter of the two, so this is Chloe's. And if you can find this still at like Nordstrom Rack or TJ Maxx Marshalls and you're lighter skin tone like I am, I would definitely recommend this because it works so well. So I don't know if you're going to be able to see how much use I've gotten out of this bronzer, but it's so beautiful on the skin. It looks so healthy, like such a perfect healthy glow. And then these two blushes are stunning. This one has highlighter that's kind of mixed in with it, so it looks beautiful, like such a perfect glow on the skin. And then the highlighter itself, it doesn't look like super blinding, but I think it's because you can make it look like that, but I use like a fluffier brush to kind of really buff it out, so it doesn't kind of look as blinding on the skin, I guess, as what some other ones I had in here do for this past month. But that is so pretty. It's just a natural healthy glow. And then this is the blush. It's probably kind of hard to see because it's so, like, I'm so fair, but it's just kind of like a really pretty, like, reddish, peachy-ish, I don't know how to describe this, but it has the highlighter with it, and it just gives the skin such a nice pretty glow. So that will definitely go back, but that got a lot of use. The bronzer I used every day because I didn't have any other bronzer in my rotation. So the next things I had, I just pulled some single blushes. So I have this L'Oreal Paradise Enchanted blush in Fantastical. And this is really pretty. The other two were like more on the berry or reddish tones, so I wanted one that was going to be peachy, so this is the one I pulled in, and it does build up really nice on the skin. It's very, very light, so if you're fair, then you're going to have to probably build it up quite a bit, but once you do, it doesn't come off too like in your face, so it works really well, and I really did enjoy that. It has a little bit of some sheen in it, but it's not like glitter. And then I had in here a single Kevyn Kwan, the shade Bone, as a brow bone highlight, just because I needed that to have in there. And, you know, I usually just keep one or two of them in. That's going out. I've had it in for a couple months now. And then the last two, like, face things I had in here, or this is a single from Bare Minerals. It's the single powder eyeshadow in Charmed, and it's just this really pretty pink color, but I used it one time and it's definitely going back. It's just so messy. It's pretty, but it's very light and it doesn't show up, but it's so messy. And then the last thing I had is the Pixie by Petra Glowy Glossomer Duo in Subtle Sunrise. I really want Delicate Dew, but this is the only one that I found at Burlington. So by itself, this shade right here on the left is too dark for me as a highlighter, but when you mix the two of them together, and I'll show you what that looks like, it's super pretty. This one is much more blinding than the other one. So the days where I'm like filming or I'm going somewhere that you can actually see my face, then this is the one that I've been reaching for. And I would just, I don't know if you can tell, but kind of just go in between the two of them and focus on using them together at the same time. So that's that. So the last things I'll show you are the lip products, and there's kind of nothing really exciting from last month in there because I was trying to work on some Project Pan items, which I don't know if you'll notice too, those are all pulled out because I just ended that, and you'll see the video for the finale very soon. If this goes up before or after, I'm not sure. But I just had a couple lip products in here. This was the MAC. They're just little samples of the reds. I wanted to try them, but we really didn't do anything for the holidays, so I didn't really get a chance to use them. So I'll just keep them in just in case. And then the other products I had in here were, I pulled in this Flower Miracle Matte Lip, and this was in the shade Soft Berry. I used it, I believe, twice, and it is very pretty. I really did enjoy this, but it's going to go back. This is my favorite NYX lip cream. This is Zurich. This is 04 All Natural Milani Lip Liner, and that's almost done, so that's staying in. This Ulta Lip Primer and the Baby Lips is staying in because I'm almost done with them. This red lip liner, I didn't get a chance to use it. It's from Hot Topic. It's super creamy and perfect, but they don't have it anymore. But I'll probably put that back. And then this is a super duper old Movie Ulta lip stick that's like melting, but I'm not throwing it away. Mauve Me is the name of it. And I'm just going to pull that out and we're going to work on it another time. But that was a lip product. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull all the stuff that I'm going to take out for this month away, and then we're going to pull in the new stuff. So let's just sort that stuff out. All right, I think that is what we're left with. So we are going to pull in new stuff now. Okay, so no particular order. I'm just going to pull out what we have. So let's do the palettes first. So I decided to pull in this little e.l.f. neutral palette, and you're going to see why with the other two that I pulled in. I just need something day-to-day, very basic, that I am going to be able to use for my crease and just to have something very basic. And you'll see why in just a second. But this is Cream and Sugar. I've only swatched it. I haven't actually used it yet, so I'm really excited to have that in. And this is the first one. So I guess I'm going to be on a greens and golds kick this month because that's kind of what I went for. So this is a Profusion Emeralds palette. They're $5. They're gorgeous. If you've never tried Profusion before, you should definitely get some because they're really good. And these are the shades that I went for. So this Radioactive and Glitter, I don't know, let's just swatch them. I did this in another video, but I will do it again because I like to have fun, and swatching is fun, right? So these are a couple of the shades there, and this Galaxy shade, it reminds me a lot of Sponsored, if you know what I'm talking about, because it has a brownish shift to it with the green. So super duper pretty, and I love this and cannot wait to put this all over my eyes. So that's the first one that's coming in. And then the second palette, I think I might have I might have had this in like when I first started. I don't really remember, but I just wanted to pull it back in again because of, again, with the greens. And that is the Too Faced Chocolate Gold palette. So I love this. This is super pretty. And I'm trying not to show you my double chin. Let's do it this way. So I pulled it in because of the greens. So the green right here and this one, I have not played with money bags yet, but I am going to this month. And then I love the mattes that are in this palette because they blend out really nicely for me. And I love the black too, which is Decadent. And I don't know why I am obsessed with like black eyeshadows, but I guess because I like using them as liners. But this has been around forever, so you guys know, I'm sure, what this looks like. But this is definitely going to get a lot of love from me this month, so I decided to pull that palette in. And then I did not pull a face palette in, so I pulled in all singles. So I had the Marc Jacobs bronzer in Tantric. I just picked this up. I did not get to play with this yet, so I decided I might as well get some use out of it. So this is definitely going to be the bronzer of the month, and that's going to be the only bronzer I have in this month. And then I also pulled in some blushes. So this is from a recent haul. This was from Big Lots, I believe, super cheap. This is the CoverGirl Peach Punch Blush, and it's supposed to be peach scented, but mine doesn't smell because it's probably super old. But yeah, this is really pretty. It just has a nice peach, kind of like the one that I had from the Paradise Enchanted, but this one has a little bit more of a muted corally peach color, and this one is definitely on the shimmery side. So it definitely has shimmer to it, if you can see, but it looks like that was mainly just on the top, because now when you have it on there, it's just more of a, like a pretty sheen. So that's coming in. And then I pulled in this Mirabella blush, and this is in the shade Lively, and this is really pretty. This is like a cream blush type situation, I guess, but this is very light. So it's pink and it's right here, but this is going to look really pretty, I think, when you build it up, and it has just a nice like sheen to it as well. So we're definitely going to give that some attention. And then the last blush I pulled in was this e.l.f. Face Duo. So I pulled in the Lychee one this time. I have not played with this yet. This bronze here is going to be too dark for me as a highlighter, but I'm going to try it as a eyeshadow and also as a bronzer topper to the Marc Jacobs one. And then this Lychee shade here is gorgeous, and it's going to be very light again, but it's right here. But this one is, I'm very excited to play with this one, so I pulled that one in. And then I have two highlighters that I decided to bring in this rotation, and the one is the e.l.f. I'm lying, it's the Wet n Wild I'm So Lit Loose oh my god. The one is Wet n Wild's I'm So Lit Loose Highlighter, and if you've seen this before or swatched on anyone's channel, you know this one is all glitter and it's super blinding. So luckily I was able to get a small size of it, and I'm definitely going to try this, but we shall see how much of a glow I get with that one. And then this one is from the Dollar Tree, and I found this on an end cap, and it looked really pretty. And this is the Beauty Benefits Glow with the Flow highlighter, and it is very pretty. And let me show you. So that is that, and it's pretty. I like these pan sizes, because who in God's name is going to use up an entire highlighter like that without having to hold on to it for years? But see that? Isn't that pretty for $1? Yes, go get it. You can find it. Look for that one. Okay, now then I pulled in the Wet n Wild matte primer, Photo Focus matte primer, because this one again is a lotion kind of situation. So that way I can use that for my dry skin. And then I took out my e.l.f. Camo Concealer, and I put in the Maybelline Fit Me, because I have the Fit Me powder, and then I'm also pulling in the foundation, and I wanted to try it together. This is in the shade 15 Light, so we're going to give this one a go. And then this is the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless Primer, and I have mine in the shade 110 Porcelain. And because my Becca one is almost gone, I wanted to put this in so that way I am ready to go, and I have a new one. And I have one single. This is the Wet n Wild. Whoa, a lot of Wet n Wild stuff. I think this is Brulee. This is just a little brow bone highlight color. So I put that in there because I took the other one, Kevin Kwan one, out. And the last things we have are our lip products. So I'm going to go through these pretty quickly. This is the ColourPop Luxe Liquid Lip in Prince Charming, and this is beautiful, and I love this color. So yeah, that one, I am really excited to use that. I've used this before a couple times, and it looks beautiful on the lips. And then I'm keeping Zurich in, but I'm also pulling in Tokyo. This is more of like a baby pink, and it's getting really dry, so that's why I decided to pull it in, because I want to use it before it goes bad. So plus I've had this one for a really long time, so it's more like a baby pink. And this is the Maybelline Blushing Bud is the name of the color, and this one is gorgeous as well, and I have quite a bit of use out of this one, if you can tell. So I've had this for a while, so I want to get more use out of it, and it's stunning. And then you can tell I'm in a rare mood. And then this is the Glitterosity from Hard Candy. I found this at the Dollar Tree, and this says it says it is a glitter transforming lip color, which I'm curious about because I did not try this yet. And this is in the shade Dazzle, but it looks really nice on a swatch. So let's just show you that. But yeah, isn't that pretty for $1? And you get a lot of product in it too. I don't know if you can tell how much product comes off with that when you use it, but yeah, and really cute packaging. Kind of reminds me of like the Kat Von D packaging. And the last thing I have in here is the NYX lip liner in the shade Natural, because the other one's going to be finished soon, and this one is a little bit more brown than the other one I had in there. That one was more of a berry, like neutral look to it, but I think this will go well, and I don't know, we'll try it and see. I've never used the NYX liner before, so that is it. This is, like I said, the third time I filmed this, so I think we're just going to go with it. And like I said, if anything sucks, then we will improve it for next month. And yeah, and we're not putting this stuff back. I don't know what I'm doing. That's it. So I hope you guys enjoy this. If you are doing a monthly makeup basket or shop my stash, I would love to watch yours. So definitely let me know down below, and I will come check it out, because I like to binge, so just like everyone else, I think, for the most part. So yeah, so that's going to be it. I hope everyone has a great rest of your day, and I'll see you very soon in the next one. Bye bye.